Instagram.
So there we are.
Awesome. All right. I think we're pretty much live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. And I think Instagram is still, yeah, we're live on Instagram as well.
Okay, all three.
Yes.
Let me also go through that.
Let's also quickly check.
There we are.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Oh yeah, I hear myself. So, yeah.
Okay, so this is also done. I think yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah,
I think all three. Let me see Nishkarsh in terms of live on Instagram. Yeah, I think all of them, all are set.
Yeah.
Awesome, we've gotten people on there. So cool. Okay, I think we can start.
Sure, let's make it happen.
Awesome. So hey Nishkarsh, how are you doing?
Hi, Kshitij, I'm doing good. What about you, brother? How are you?
All well. So a fresh week, a fresh start, and we've got a ton of questions out there. Last week as well, we got a lot of interaction, and the idea of the multiple streaming platform also worked out pretty well because we got a lot of questions from different people, and I think that's a good idea, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose of this, to educate people out there, and the more questions that keep coming in, because ecom can become very tricky over a period of time, and I feel that the way that people are and the way people get engaged into this entire system, I think that's even better because everybody has individualistic problems in terms of ecom. Sometimes they can be technical, so great to have you as the savior there, who's going to combat each question one by one, and let's see how we go. We have some questions that we've crawled around the internet and figured them out, and at the same time we'll keep in mind on Instagram, on Facebook group, and on YouTube live as well, that whatever questions keep coming, we'll try to pick up the best ones amongst them, and I'll of course ask you those questions. So shall we begin?
Sure. Let's do it. 100%.
Awesome. So the first question is a very common question by a lot of ecom people, and that is, how can I boost sales on my e-commerce website?
Okay. So the question is that how can I boost sales on my e-commerce website? Now, it's all going to drill down to you first asking yourself that what kind of products do you sell and what market you want to sell those products to. So you want to figure out the product market fit first of all. So, let's say that you're someone who's into selling, a service, in e-commerce, something that professional people are going to love wearing, maybe a professional suit or a professional t-shirt or a shirt, let's say, or maybe a high-end pen, so your market here, you could also and maybe start running ads on LinkedIn, so LinkedIn is going to be a market. So, and e-commerce is just not about selling physical products. Let's say selling a service or a software, then of course LinkedIn is a kind of market, or is a kind of platform you want to market yourself to. But let's say you're selling something like fashion related or a gadget or anything that that you can find people on Facebook scrolling and scrolling and seeing content related to that, then Facebook could be a great platform. Instagram could be a great platform. So in majority B2C business models, e-com based business models where it's B2C, Instagram, Facebook ads, and I'm talking about ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and even Google ads. Now, if your product is more search based, let's say that that people search for your product, and you can actually verify that using Google Keyword Planner or using some other tools out there, that people are actually searching for these products, and you feel that yes, people search for them and they buy, and there are other people running Google ads for those products, then Google ads to, let's say, increase your overall e-commerce sales, then in one word I'm going to say the answer is diversification. Now, by diversification, I mean two things. By diversification, I just don't mean that go and diversify into more traffic sources. That's, of course, the first thing that you want to do. That if you're running Facebook ads, don't just depend on Facebook ads. Don't make yourself dependent on Facebook ads. Try Instagram influence marketing, run Google ads, try Pinterest, try as many different sources of paid traffic that you can. Why not free? You can go for free traffic sources out there as well, but then free is going to take a lot of time. And it's more like, shooting the bullet in the dark. It might click, it might not. right? Now, that's the very first thing that I mean by diversification. The second meaning of diversification here is going to be diversifying your ad accounts. So Facebook is one of the best traffic sources out there for e-com businesses. In fact, not just e-com businesses, but every business out there. Because Facebook, it's one of the most highly engaged platforms, and it's only growing, right? Facebook understands about us and knows about us more than anyone else, more than any other company, any other person, whatever, apart from a spouse and girlfriend, boyfriend, family, you know what I mean. So Facebook really knows a lot about us. So when you run ads on Facebook, a lot of times your ad account might get disabled if you are, let's say, doing drop shipping or print on demand. Now, nothing is wrong with these business models, but Facebook wants to ensure that you're not here to scam people and you're not here to just sell stuff and run away. So what Facebook does is they ban your ad account. They ask you to verify your business. They ask you to verify, upload an ID or verify a domain name. So these things happen. So sometimes what happens is that your ad account might get disabled because Facebook thought the algorithm, the robot, doing something fishy, and unknowingly they're gonna unban you. Or sorry, they're gonna ban you. Now, if this happens, you're gonna get back to square one, and then you'll start from scratch. So it's always recommended to diversify your ad accounts as well. So this means you want to have multiple ad accounts. So there's this infrastructure that I usually share with all our clients. That one, you want to have one business manager wherein you safeguard your pixel, your pages, and your domain name. So your domain name is verified on this BM. Your pixel is this BM owns your parent pixel, and then your domain name is also verified. Your page is also owned by this business manager. And now you're going to have multiple business managers wherein you're going to create multiple ad accounts, and you will share these assets with these business managers and ad accounts and run ads. Now, when you do this, you're diversifying the risk of getting banned, or you're actually diversifying your traffic sources on Facebook. You can pretty much apply the same fundamentals on other traffic sources as well, but I've not really done that on other traffic sources, but with Facebook, you should definitely make it happen. So yeah, in order to increase my sales, one, I'm going to identify my market, my product first, then my market, then what paid media sources can I go out for, because it's pretty fast and you get data really fast. Don't rely on free traffic like SEO and all of that right now, because it takes a lot of time to show results, and it might not, and it depends on a lot of factors. And then I'm going to diversify my traffic sources, and I'm going to diversify within the traffic source that I'm going to be using. And there's another note that I had made, before we started doing this. Another way to increase your sales is going to be to utilize your existing customers or the people who've given you the emails. So this means you want to do email marketing and SMS marketing. Now, the simplest way to do it is, I'm not saying, you don't want to learn everything yourself. You can tie up with an email marketing agency and work, or a freelancer, and work with them on a profit share model. And that's what we do. So instead of paying them a monthly retainer, especially if you're a new brand right now and you can't pay, 3, 4, 5 figures a month, then simply just tie up with them. And what they're going to do is they're going to take a setup fee to set up Klaviyo and welcome sequences and thank you sequences. And then they're going to charge a percentage of the revenue that they generate through email marketing and SMS marketing. You can also make use of apps like Push Owl for push notifications. So the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage email marketing, SMS marketing, and push notifications. The third thing that I'm going to do is I'm also going to start investing money in influencer marketing. I think influencers are changing the game right now. There's a reason that Kylie Jenner or all of these big influencers charge millions of dollars to make one post. One paid collaboration, they charge millions of dollars. It's not because of the celebrity status. That's one thing, but they know that they have such a huge followership and such a loyal followership that if they promote something, people are going to buy it. So influencer marketing is something that you should definitely be, you want to be investing there. And when your audience sees that their favorite influencers are their favorite celebrities, or the people that they look up to, not celebrities exactly, the people that they look up to are wearing or using the product that you're selling, it just increases your trust. It's like you're borrowing their authority. So yeah, overall, these are the three things I'm going to do: diversify. Then second is going to be leverage your emails, SMS, and notifications. And three is going to be to leverage influencers and just borrow their authority and grow your overall e-commerce business.
Awesome. So here's another question that has popped up, and that is, what is the next wave of innovation in e-commerce after flash sales and private sales? So, we see all these, Flipkart Big Billion, like Amazon Big Billion Days, and Flipkart, all these different kind of sales that we keep seeing. Sure, that helps in getting more sales, and that adds as an innovative way of getting more sales. But what are the other ways that entrepreneurs can use on their e-commerce website?
Okay, so the question is that what are the new trends in e-commerce, or let's say what's going to trend now, what's going to happen next? Before we talk about, I would say a couple of things that I see are going to be in trend, are in trend right now. The very first thing, the present and future of e-commerce is branding. If you're not really building a brand, you are actually not leveraging your business right now. Now, by building a brand, I don't mean that you want to have your own production or you want to have your own labels printed and everything. No, by building a brand, I mean if you're not serving a set of customers, if you're not providing a great experience, and if you're not giving your customers a reason to keep coming back at you, back on your website and continue to do business with you, that's what I mean by building a brand. By building a brand, I mean you positioning yourself and you being the face in the crowd and positioning yourself in a very different way. There are millions of e-commerce stores out there. Now, how are you going to be different? How is your brand going to be different? What is your brand's voice? So, you really want to focus on branding, first of all, because it is definitely trending. I mean, and it's pretty much the present. It's going to be the future as well. Now, apart from that, a couple of things that I see trending on the level of e-com. I'm not going to talk about, what's going to happen with Amazon and Walmart because that's a different game. Let's talk about what's going to happen on the level of us, on the level of small businesses. So one, faster delivery is definitely is definitely trending. Now I see that a lot of stores have started offering faster delivery, 1 day delivery, 2 day delivery. Amazon's already set a standard, but then people want their products really fast. People get impatient; they want the products fast, and they're also open to pay for it. So what you want to do is whatever suppliers you work with, you want to ask them for faster delivery options. Like right now, there are two suppliers. I mean, not suppliers. There are two delivery partners that we work with. One's DHL e-commerce, and the second is DHL Express. So DHL e-commerce takes 12 to 15 days, and DHL Express takes like 3 to 4 days to deliver. So of course, Express is going to be way more expensive. But what if your customers are okay to pay for it? So the very first thing is definitely going to be the delivery time. The second trend that I see, and it's been in the space for a while, but a lot of people are not leveraging it right now. In fact, quite honestly, even we are not leveraging it right now. It's subscriptions. So when it comes to on solely just acquiring customers and marketing and sales, sooner or later your brand is going to fail. You want to figure ways out to get your customers back to your store to continue doing business with you. Like I said, a very nice way to do it is by running subscription offers. I'm going to give you an example of a subscription. Let's say you are running a beauty product, a beauty brand, and you have a beauty cream for old women or whatever. So what you say is, okay, you make them sign up for a subscription. So let's say that this beauty cream is for $50, but you have a subscription service wherein if they pay you for the next 6 months, you're going to give them a 40% off, and you're going to continue shipping the cream to them every single month. Or let's say you do this, or you sell t-shirts for moms, okay? Or let's say you sell t-shirts for people who love football. So what you say is you sign them up on a subscription. If you sell a t-shirt for $20, you start a subscription for $15 a month. $15 a month, and you tell them that I'm going to send you a surprise t-shirt every single month. You're not going to know what I'm going to send, but it's definitely going to be related to football. So that's what you do. So this way your customers are going to continue automatically. You're going to continue getting their subscription money. Your overall recurring revenue is going to increase. Your loyal customers are going to increase, and you will not have to continue being mad about acquiring new customers. It's like churning and burning customers, because that's not really going to be sustainable. This also reminds me that you read products. That's going to be the third thing. By high ticket products, I mean a lot of times, I see that e-commerce businesses, they think that if someone's bought a $20 product from them, then they only can buy. I mean, their customers can only buy $20 worth products from them, but that's not really the case. If you have done more than 100 orders or 1,000 orders, and you go to your order history, you would be able to identify that almost 80% of your revenue came from 20% of your customers. Yeah, almost 80% of your revenue came from 20% of your customers. Maybe if you're selling a t-shirt for $20, there are so many customers who've given you orders worth $100 or $200 or $70, whatever. So this means that you really want to have higher price products for them. By higher price products, I don't mean that sell the same $20 product for $100. No, what I mean is that if you understand them, if you understand the niche, if you understand what they want, if you understand what they love, and if you do the research right, you can actually sell them products that are going to be more expensive. The products that are going to serve them even better, and you can make a lot more money in return. As simple as that. Now, just to give you an example, maybe you sold a football t-shirt. Now, maybe you could sell, I don't know, something that's going to be way more expensive, like a canvas. Let's say a canvas painting, which has a quote related to football or anything related to football. Because canvas is jewelry, which has a football in there or a bracelet. I don't know. Figure it out. So three is definitely going to be that you want to leverage selling higher price products to your existing customers. Apply the 80-20 principle in your e-commerce business and your e-commerce customers. The next thing I believe is going to be customization. So customization is definitely a trend right now. Because people really want custom sizes, they want custom designs. An example of customization is going to be, one of these brands. I think it's called Pop-Up Socks. Okay, Pop-Up or Pop-Up Socks, something. Now, what these guys did is they asked their customers to send them the images of their pets. I mean, the customers' pets. You send them the image, and what they're going to do is they're going to crop the head part, and they will apply that in the sock. Okay, the sock page is going to continue repeating, and they're going to ship it to you. This they applied this model for t-shirts. And a lot of people are doing it for t-shirts, hoodies, hats, socks, shoes. So their pets, their dog's image on their products being repeated, or let's say a dog's face the head is being repeated. Customization. A lot of times people are an S, so your face mask is going to get embroidered. Embroidery is going to be done, and it's going to say N or S or whatever. So customization. Another brand that I follow, what they do is they ask the customers for their custom sizes. They ask them for their chest, length, sleeve length, collar, whatever. So like all the big suit companies do it, right? So customization on the level of fashion is also a thing. Customization on the level of food is a thing. So definitely customization is definitely going to be a thing overall. So yeah, answering your question, summarizing it, it's going to be faster delivery. 2 is going to be subscription. 3, it's going to be selling higher price products, because people want good quality stuff, people want premium stuff, and no one's selling it to them. And 4th is definitely going to be customization.
Awesome. So, Nishkarsh, I mean, just continuing to something that you were talking about, I thought that I must add this thing as well. So, it's an impromptu question, of course. You were talking about beauty brands, for example. So just, I got a little curious about this, that, when it comes to beauty brands, like, when it comes to t-shirts and when it comes to socks, and when it comes to different kind of items related to gadgets and everything, you can get the people, the audience, the market interested in your product through your designs or through your features. But something like beauty brands, which cannot, showcase, the feature, or you won't buy a beauty product because, wow, the packaging is amazing. That is something that you have to experience to actually know how good it is. How on e-commerce can we sell that?
Nice question. That's a pretty good question. So the question is that if you're in a hyper competitive market, how do you stand out? So there are, and let's take an example of beauty brands. There are so many beauty brands out there. Let's talk about face creams, or let's talk about makeup. There are so many big beauty brands, makeup brands, face cream brands out there. If you want to get into a hyper competitive market like beauty, why will people buy from you? Because you can't really show your product. It's meant to be felt. They'll have to apply it, and people are also very considerate. But what if you sell them something that's gonna actually harm their skin? So what you want to do here is a couple of things. The very first thing is going to be, you need to start by solving a problem that exists with existing beauty brands. Let's say, if you're able to, maybe, if you dive deep, you realize that most beauty brands, just to give an example, have chemicals. And maybe what you do is you come up with something which is all about natural creams, or all about products that are extracted from natural flowers and natural flowers and whatever. Like, there's this brand called Forest Essentials that I use, and their angle is luxury Ayurveda. So what they've done is they extract things from Ayurvedic things like flowers and leaves, and they package it really well. So luxury Ayurveda, and it's a pretty big brand out there, and I love using this brand personally. So that's one thing that you can do. One, improve on something that people don't like the chemical angle could be another one. 2, even if you're selling the exact same thing, you want to package it really well, you want to brand it really well, and you want to sell it to a select audience. I'll give you an example of another brand that I follow. There's this brand called Boom by Cindy Joseph. Boom by Cindy Joseph. Okay, and this brand is run by one of the biggest e-commerce marketers in the world right now. Now, what he did, he tied up with an ex actress. Her name is Cindy Joseph, late Cindy Joseph. So what they did, he started a brand only for old women. So his brand sells creams, face creams, only for old women. So when you go to their website, you're going to see that all their branding, all their messaging, all their models, everything, or their entire social media, everything is going to show you an old woman who's classy, an old woman, who's confident, who's beautiful, who has her hair well done. So what they're doing is they came to beauty and they're only serving a specific set of customers. And now, that's where it begins. Now, maybe they can talk about that, the product solves the problem of getting patches on the skin or getting wrinkles on the skin, whatever. So you want to pick a specific audience and start serving them. So it all comes down and drills down to you asking yourself, how can I stand out? It can be on the level of my packaging, it can be on the level of my branding, it can be on the level of my formula, which means improving an existing problem, or how can I do things differently, or it could be on the level of you serving a specific specialized audience, and just killing in that particular space.
Awesome. I think that's very true. That when it comes to these kind of spaces, you have to create your hyper niche, and yeah, it makes complete sense out there that the example of the selling it to the old ladies and then post that whatever you're doing. So the old age group that just picking up your, for example, Ole for that matter. If you think
Yeah.
about Ole,
Yeah.
Ole did a very good job that way.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly that's a good advice.
Correct.
Okay, so here's another question. So the question is by N. It's NEXEXAM, so knee exam, something like that. Okay, so that's the name of the user.
Okay.
Sir, आपका webinar हिंदी में है क्या? I really want to join, but I can't understand English.
ओके यार, देखो ऑनेस्टली हिंदी में तो कोई वेबिनार या कोई कोर्स अभी नहीं है, और हमने इंग्लिश में हर चीज़ इसलिए बनाई है क्योंकि इसलिए नहीं कि हम हिंदी नहीं बोल सकते, हमें हिंदी पसंद नहीं है, हिंदी हमें बहुत पसंद है, हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है और हम हिंदी में सारे बात करते हैं। लेकिन अंग्रेजी इंग्लिश में सब इसलिए है क्योंकि हम ओवरऑल इंडिया में केटर करते हैं, तो जो साउथ इंडिया के लोग होते हैं स्पेशली, उसमें से काफ़ी लोगों को हिंदी नहीं समझ आती है। अभी भी हमारे ऐसे काफ़ी क्लाइंट्स हैं, जब मैं हिंदी में किसी वेबिनार पे बोलता हूँ तो वो बोलते हैं कि प्लीज़ टॉक इन इंग्लिश। तो इसलिए हम इंग्लिश रखते हैं क्योंकि वो इंटरनेशनल लैंग्वेज है। और हमारे पास कुछ ऐसे क्लाइंट्स भी आते हैं जो कि बाहर के होते हैं, तो इसलिए हम शुरू से उसको इंग्लिश रखे हैं, हम हिंदी वाली चीज़ हमने नहीं रखी। तो अभी और हिंदी में एक सेपरेट प्रोग्राम बनाना, सब कुछ अलग कर देना बहुत मुश्किल है, तो वो करना अभी हमारे लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है। बट मैं आपको एक चीज़ डेफिनेटली रेकमेंड करूंगा, एज अ ब्रदरली एडवाइस आई एम गोना से दैट learn the basics of English, brother. Get yourself a course. या मैं क्या करता था, जब छोटा था, मुझे मुझे मैंने भी इंग्लिश ऐसी थोड़ी सीखी, घर में कोई इंग्लिश में बात नहीं करता था। तो मैं क्या करता था, वो जो हच होता था तब, राइट, हच, तो हच के कस्टमर केयर पे कॉल करके मैं टाइम पास करता था कि मेरा नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है, मेरा फोन नहीं चल रहा है मेरा बैलेंस नहीं है, मेरा ब्ला ब्ला शिट। तो मैं कुछ भी इंग्लिश में बात करता था टूटी फूटी, राइट। अब मैं बार बार कॉल कर रहा था क्योंकि टोल फ्री होता था वो, राइट। और एक पॉइंट ऐसा आ गया था जहाँ पे उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि सर अब से आपकी जो कॉल्स होंगी वो पेड हुआ करेंगे। इट लिटरली हैपेंड। उसके बाद मैंने उनको कॉल नहीं किया। तो मैंने इतने कॉल्स मारे उन लोगों को, वो लोग भी समझदार है, वो समझ जाते हैं यार ये बेकार में पैसा खराब कर रहा है, हमारा टाइम खराब कर रहा है, बट आई हैड टू डू इट। और बहुत सारे तरीके, मैंने इसके बारे में एक पॉडकास्ट भी निकाला है निष्काश शर्मा शो पर, जाके सुनिए उस चीज को, कि आप वो फॉलो करिए, अपनी इंग्लिश को बहुत अच्छा बनाइए, मतलब स्टार्ट करिए कहीं पे, लाइक इट्स नेवर टू लेट, स्टार्ट करिए ताकि और ये इसलिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप मेरा कोर्स देख सको, नहीं यार, आपको आगे बहुत हेल्प करेगा, आपको आपके ओवरऑल करियर में बहुत हेल्प करेगा, सो दैट हेल्प्स।
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, let's go on to the next question. And the next question is, how much does it cost to build an e-commerce website?
Okay, so the question is, how much does it cost to build an e-commerce website? Honestly, it could go from anywhere between zero to $1 billion. It's like it's like you want to build a house, and you ask the architect, or you ask the interior designer, or you ask the whatever construction guy that how much is it going to take. Now, no matter how much money you spend in building a house, it's gonna, I mean, there's got to be no limits. Maybe you're going to build a house, and you're going to invest 1 crore rupees in building building the house and the room and doing the interiors. But that's not enough. What you could still do is you could add gold in the walls, or you could add diamonds in the walls, or maybe you could order blah blah. You can order the most luxurious things in the world made by the most the biggest interior designers and whatsoever. There is no limit, right? But if you ask me what is the right way to do it, especially when it comes to e-commerce, it's the same with e-commerce. Okay, you can do 100 things, decorate your e-commerce website, have a very very high hosting provider, have a very expensive graphic designer, have a very very expensive customer service team or whatever, coder and adding music and effects, blah blah. Because Amazon and Google, these people actually invest a lot in the websites. But if you start with $27 a month, as simple as that. $27 a month means what? 2,100 rupees a month, as somewhere around that. So what you want to do is you want to build your website on Shopify yourself. Don't hire anyone right now. Later, when you're profitable, you can, if you want to make your website look more beautiful. But I know so many e-com business owners that are doing seven figures. By seven figures, I mean more than $1 million a year, and they're still using a free Shopify theme. They don't have a developer, no website developer, no coder, nothing. So start building a Shopify store. Use any free theme. That's what you need. Your theme is not going to sell products for you. Your website will definitely sell products for you, but how good your website is not going to sell products to you. Your marketing, your messaging, your research, and of course your consistency will sell products for you. So start small, keep it simple, and make it happen.
That's a good thing. And I'll tell you an interesting point. I recently was looking up online. So there's this brand, I think, by Miranda Kerr, and that website is also on Shopify.
Yeah, yeah.
So such humongous brands out there. Even they are on Shopify. But just a
Correct.
follow up question on this would be: you can create an e-com platform for free on
Hmm.
WordPress as well.
Hmm.
So why should one opt for Shopify versus a free website on WordPress?
That's a great question. So the question is that why you want to be going for Shopify and not Wix or WordPress and anything when you can make a free website. So listen, nothing in the world comes for free. If Wix gives you, or whatever platform gives you a free website, one, how will you buy a domain name? No, domain names are not free. You have to pay for them. Two, even if someone offers you a free hosting, let's say, like Wix does or whatever, their branding is going to be there on the domain name. So nothing comes for free. So whatever you do, Wix is always going to show up in your domain name, and it comes in a lot of limitations. Like you might not be able to, your customers might not be able to check out or whatever. And even if you go for these, you pay for these cheap services. I mean, by cheap, I don't mean in terms of the brand. By cheap, I mean in terms of price. Even if you do that, there are so many things that you're going to be missing out on. Like if you're going to get a lot of traffic, you will have to upgrade your hosting. You're not going to have access to apps out there that exist in Shopify so much. Shopify has a 99.99% uptime, which means the website's not going to is not going to continue all the time. That's another thing with Shopify. Okay, one sec, I just want to, yeah, it's done. So Shopify also has a 99.99% uptime. This means that your website would actually be able to handle traffic, a lot of traffic. The bandwidth that Shopify is going to give you is going to be a lot. Then Shopify's support team is, they have a 24-hour, 24/7 support team. So whatever you struggle with, the 24/7 support team is going to be there to help you out. There are so many free themes out there that you can use on Shopify. There are so many ways to make more money from your customers using the apps out there on Shopify, upsell apps, downsell apps. Analytics on Shopify are pretty good. Within the platform, you would be able to see pretty much everything. Your orders, details about the customers, conversion rates, add to carts, clicks, purchases, what your customers are most likely to buy, and a lot more things out there. And Shopify connects with pretty much every major payment gateway out there, right? And it's pretty simple, very simple to use. You don't have to code. A lot of times people tell me after they start using Shopify that uh, I've been using WordPress, but Shopify is so much simple. It's so simple because on WordPress there is so much that you want to do. And if you feel that it's WordPress is cheap, trust me, it's not. It's costing you your time, it's costing you effort, and as you scale things up, you'll have to upgrade your hosting and pay a lot more for it. As simple as that. But on the other hand, Shopify comes along with all of these benefits. So it's definitely a no-brainer. If you want to get a 14-day Shopify trial, you can go to the link that we're going to mention, below somewhere. You can go to nishkarsharma.com/Shopify and get started with your 14-day trial with Shopify.
Awesome. So I think again it'll be a no-brainer to ask this question, but the next question actually was, what is the best? What is the most user-friendly platform to build an e-commerce business model on? I think the answer would be Shopify. Am I correct?
Yes, the answer is Shopify.
Awesome. So we've got a few questions here as well. Let's pick up which one should I pick up? So Kumar, and
Yeah,
he's
I know him.
asking.
Yes, yeah.
Hi Nishkarsh, is it possible for a single person to run multiple stores, let's say 2 or 3 stores in POD?
Yes, it is. Okay, so the question is it possible for you to rephrase it? So the question is it possible for one person to run multiple e-commerce stores? The answer is yes, you can, but there's always a price that you have to pay for everything. You can run multiple stores, but you might not be able to sleep because running stores means doing a lot of things. By running stores, you mean you're going to be running ads. So you're going to be doing the marketing. You're going to be taking care of customers. You're going to be taking care of fulfillment. You're going to be taking care of research. You're going to be taking care of the website. And as you scale, everything is going to be scaled up. All your problems are also going to be scaled up. All the work on all of these levels is going to be scaled up. And you only have limited time. So the ideal way to do it is start alone, build your brands, build your Shopify store, whatever, make it profitable, let it be profitable for a couple of months. Be sure that you have diversified your traffic, and no matter what happens, this brand, I will continue making it grow. Once you get that confidence, you want to start building a team. You want to start building a team. You want to start building systems and processes. So the very first hire that I'm going to make is going to be for customer support rep, a customer support rep. I'm going to hire a customer support rep. Then maybe I'm going to outsource my marketing. Then maybe I'm going to outsource my operations, or just keep what you love doing and outsource everything else. And then just duplicate this system that you've created for other Shopify stores or other brands of yours. So that's how I would approach that.
Okay. Here's another question. What if there is more competition for a product? So can we launch it on Amazon? It's been asked by Hatisham_Ali.18. What if there is more competition for a product? So can we launch it on Amazon?
So, I mean, if there's a lot of competition for a product, and you want to launch it on a very competitive marketplace like Amazon, it doesn't just make sense to me. In fact, the competition is going to be a lot lesser if you sell it outside Amazon, because you can pretty much show your ads to anyone out there. You can run ads, you can be flexible, and you're not actually competing with anyone when you're running your own brand, because you can pretty much show your ads anyway. But on Amazon, like, you are selling that product on Amazon. If competition is something that's stopping you from growing or to start your business, you want to set yourself apart from your competitors. It could be on the level of you changing the design of the product, you changing the branding of the product, or you changing the overall angle of the product. You want to ask yourself that, what can I do uniquely? What can I do differently? That none of the competitors are doing. Something that's going to make me stand out. Be the first person to do it. Make it happen. Position yourself better. Position yourself differently, because that's the only thing that you can do as an entrepreneur. Anyone can copy your quality. Anyone can copy your product. But the way you think, the way you position, the way you tell yourself that, okay, this is the market that I'm going to serve. This is the direction that I'm going to be walking in. That's something that's going to be unique to you. So make that happen that way.
Okay, final question. And actually, I was a little inquisitive about this. So just a little curious, Nishkarsh. So I see some disc sort of thing behind you. Like, there are 4 framed things, on the wall hanging behind you. What are they?
Okay. So what are these? So you mean these?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So these are trophies. Okay. So these are trophies that have been sent out to the digital Dukaandars. I mean, the digital Dukaandars are digital Dukaandar program members who've crossed $100,000 in sales each minimum in their own e-commerce businesses. So currently there are 8 of them on my wall here. Then there's another one that's been sent out, 9, and there's another one that's waiting to be sent out, 10. So these people started their e-commerce journeys from zero with us through the digital Dukaandar program. and they scaled their most of them have scaled their print on demand businesses to more than $100,000. Some of them have already crossed
Wow.
$200,000. One of these guys has crossed $800,000, and some of them have done it in like 90 days.
Wow.
So there's this is something new. We've just so what I did, I ordered two copies, one copy for myself and one copy for our clients. So we've shipped the copies today itself, and then I also got these fixed today itself. So yeah, these have been given to the DD 100K club members. We call it the DD 100K club.
So this is something like your Hall of Fame, your personal Hall of
Yeah,
Fame out
Hall of
there.
Fame, exactly.
Yeah, awesome, man. Really, really happy, and congratulations to all the people who crossed 100K. I mean, it's definitely not a joke. It's very difficult. The first 100K is extremely difficult and challenging. But yeah, Nishkarsh, as usual, thanks a lot for answering all the questions so abruptly and so promptly. Sorry, and it's amazing how sometimes I throw random questions at you as well in the middle, and you're able to pick them up, and a lot of questions been asked by the users as well out there, and you've been able to answer that pretty confidently, and that just shows how much experience you have. I think that's a matter of just experience. Just knowledge doesn't help there. A lot of experience as well in the same field helps quite a lot. So guys, again, I would very strongly recommend to the people who have not yet started their ecom stores, and if you're even slightly interested towards that's an angle that you want to try. You could be doing a job and you want to probably start your ecom store on the sides. You could be a homemaker, you could be completely passionate about ecom or POD. Nishkarsh is the guy. I think you must definitely try the 5-day Ecom Freedom Challenge. That is something I very strongly recommend. He also has a DD VIP program. That is where he personally, he's got a group coaching, and he gets into, and that's a very extensive program. Wherein I think that's where these 10 $100,000 members have come up from. So certainly something. But before even entering that, the starting point for which you could definitely begin with is definitely the 5-day Ecom Freedom Challenge, and that would certainly help you all out. With that, I think we can take our leave. And Nishkarsh, as usual, thanks a lot for answering all the questions that came to you. I think with that we can end the session today.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your words. I'm pretty much having a lot of fun doing this. So everyone, who's seeing us live, let us know in the comments that how do you like these sessions. Let us know in the comments. Give us a hell yes, or just give us your feedback. Let us know that what would you like to talk about next or whatever. So leave a comment. We're definitely going to check it out, and most probably yes, we're going to talk about it next week. And like Kshitij said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't begun your e-commerce businesses yet, you want to begin with the 5-day ecom freedom challenge. Okay. So when you go to my Instagram profile description, or just go to the link, join efc.in, by F for freedom, C for challenge. Join Ecom Freedom Challenge, join efc.in. When you go to this link, you would be able to learn more about the challenge. It's a 5-day challenge. It's actually a program. It's a 5-day challenge, 5-day program. And the promise is that you're gonna, if you take action, if you do the work, by the within 5 days, you're gonna have your brand name, you're gonna have your domain name, your store is gonna be live, you're gonna have products to promote, and your fulfillment, by fulfillment I mean manufacturing, delivery, packaging, all of that is gonna be automated, and most probably your first Facebook ad campaign is gonna be live as well. That's what happens in the 5-day challenge. Or more than 15,000 people have already taken it. It's people have loved it. Okay. So go to join efc.in, become a part of the next batch, and we look forward to serving you. And it's been a pleasure to be speaking with you guys. And Kshitij, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for your
Thank you
time.
so much. Thank you, everyone.